yeah, when you have, what do they say? Your body is just a tuning fork, and it just
Yeah, dude,
to
for
the
sure.
surrounding energy. And so I think if you are on a same or similar like vibration as somebody, you do like find that closer niche with them.
Yeah, all right. We are finally making it happen with Surreal. Dude, okay. So, um, one of the things that I really admire about you is that you, um, your ability to have such close relationships with so many people.
I like that.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I've learned that from you. It's
Yeah,
fucking amazing. And I
go
wanted
ahead.
to ask you, is this a conscious thing that you do? Or is it like, are you aware that, like, do you actually practice, like, hey, I'm gonna reach out to this person today, and reach out to this person today? And because you're so good at maintaining so many friendships, and that's something that I feel I struggle with, but you almost do it effortlessly.
Dude, yeah, it's gotten harder now. Like I'm starting to like see the effect of like having like a good group of friends and like being close to a lot of them. It's like getting harder to manage. And but the awesome part is like you asked, do I reach out to them? And I still reach out to people, and like I've actually just met like a couple of close friends that now I talk to one of them like every day, and we have like the same like passion of like trading, right? And so we're like helping each other out, and like
Yeah.
it just grew from like an internet connection, right? Internet friends turn into
Okay.
but yeah, I feel like a lot of the friendships I have, the closest ones are actually like the very, I mean, they're obviously, but they're like the longest relationships I've ever had with anyone. Like you and a few other people I've known since the seventh grade, the eighth grade, like early college. Like that's 10 years plus on all of them.
Yeah.
And so it's cool that we managed to stay friends that long as well. Uh,
Yeah. No, yeah, seriously, bro. Like, I just feel like as I've known you, like, because I've known you for a long time, and so, we like, we're roommates for 2 years, and you would meet people, and then you stay in touch with them. Where me, I meet somebody, and if they don't like reach out to me, I just, you know, stay on my own path. And you're like, I'm gonna go have a beer with that one dude I met. I'm like, that's cool. And then you guys become like really good friends. And I'm like, that's dope. Like you're really good at like making, you're really generous with your time, basically what I'm saying. Like you actually give people your attention. And I feel like I've learned that from you. I've like, man, I gotta be, if I want to have friends, I gotta I gotta give a little bit, right? And
Mhm.
so and so I'm just wondering, like, did you learn that, or did how do you cultivate that? Like, how did you become so good at managing all relationships?
Yeah, I think I just like picked up like little tips that maybe I learned from myself for other people, but like finding what like type of communication works for like a certain person. So
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
like knowing like, okay, I can't text JC because he probably has a flood of text messages, right? So
Oh
I gotta
yeah.
call him. I have other friends that
Sure.
only respond on Snapchat. They'll respond faster to Snapchat than they will like a text.
Oh, that's interesting.
I found it easy. Honestly, like people say they don't use Snapchat anymore, but like I
Yeah.
use it a lot to talk to like a group of friends that is the easiest way to talk to them like throughout the day. And so I talk to them like through there, and then other people maybe through Instagram or whatever. Even replying to people's stories or just like and letting
Yeah.
that conversation. Uh, yeah, or I just one thing Drew taught me was
Oh,
that whenever you think of somebody, just like call them or text them or like
yeah.
some kind of
Yeah.
message. And so I've like tried to do that. If I think of somebody, I try to like reach out, even just say like, hey, like, how's it going?
Yeah, that's badass. That's badass. Yeah, because that's something that I've had to make myself aware of and be like, dude, like, because I naturally tend to self isolate. like I just stick to my own thing, and then I'll reach out to somebody like once it's like Friday, right? And then like, but then I don't talk to anybody throughout the week, and then it's Friday, and I'm like, what's everyone doing? I'm like, I feel like I'm left out, you know?
I got you.
Yeah, yeah. And so I've had to become really aware of like, dude, you need to stop isolating. Like, I need to start reaching out to people and like maintaining friendships because we're in a much like everything's faster, right? You need to stay like in people's minds, in people's heads. Like, yeah, people like me, but hey, who knows what he's up to? He's like doing his thing.
Yeah, I feel like people
Yeah.
make really quickly too, or like
Yeah. It's just quick and
in this city, like something's always happening.
oh, dude, especially here.
You know? And yeah,
So
man, that's one thing is like I feel like that too, because like from when we first moved in together, right? I would always be going out and
yeah,
and like, out with people, and like now like I just like have a lot of things I want to accomplish that I'm not going out as much, and I also have a girlfriend that I live with, so I had to
yeah,
be a
it's true.
hard time. Uh, and so yeah, it gets harder to manage, like but I think the ones that do like stick and the people that do reach back out to you, and it goes both
It
ways.
goes both ways. Yeah,
Relationships that like truly last.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I've definitely been like I'm way more conscious of it, and I'm like, all right, shit, I need to reach out to Cyril. I need to reach out like to my good friends. Like I'll just like FaceTime JC every now and then, or like somebody. I'm just like, dude, yeah, I need to like always be you because it's a two-way thing. It's like if you stop, right, eventually they're gonna stop, and
mhm.
so I just think that's badass. How many like and like how many communities you are. It's really crazy.
Dude, it's weird, man, because I
Yeah.
feel it's you have like a group of friends for maybe if somebody has a certain type of hobby or
Yeah.
like passion, they like I have friends I just like we literally only talk because of like crypto or like
Yeah.
stocks or
Yeah.
NFTs. Like, but we would never talk on like some other basis.
Hmm.
And that's fine. Like I think we all like secretly understand like the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. I
Yeah.
think I think especially relationships nowadays, like if you're gonna make a friend, it has to start because of something. Because for example, I think about like me and Ross. It's like well, what actually made me and Ross really close was because we both were super into crypto. So we would actually talk on the phone a lot.
Mhm.
But that was I was still I would I wouldn't be like I would feel weird that he would call me. Isn't that weird? I'd be like, why is this dude calling me so much? Because I was still like in my own weird space.
Yeah.
And it was actually kind of nice that I was like, man, I'm actually making a friend because of crypto. And then like basically all the friends I've made basically here in Austin are made because of some common interest, right?
Mhm.
Like like Ross music. So we would like collab, and then now we're just friends, which is super dope. But I feel like there has to be like a common interest now to make a friendship. You can't just meet somebody at the club or something, like you have a good conversation with them,
Mhm.
and then you're like, hey, let's hang out again. Like, oh, for what?
No, it has to be built
Yeah,
on like some
yeah.
commonality.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about Ross is that he's really good friends with a lot of his gym buddies. And I was like, that's fucking dope. Cause you make friends with people you see often and you do like cool shit with. And like
Mhm.
the gym that he goes to it's a really, really badass community. Yeah.
Dude, that's another thing too
Yeah.
that kind of brings me to this idea is that like say like we both are trying to do like multiple things, right? And
Yeah.
we have one main thing I think we're trying to accomplish, and then everything else kind of feeds into it too. And I feel like we have groups of friends or circles of friends that help each of those things, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like pulling like motivation or pulling ideas or creativity or inspiration from these different friend groups and these different aspects. Like I see my a couple of my friends that are like trainers here in Austin, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I like just if I see them on Instagram or one of them text me, I'm like, I need to get my ass like in the gym or like at
Oh
least go
yeah.
walk
Yeah.
or something. And then like if somebody else hits me up for photography, I'm like, we have this like creative spark, right? So it's like
Yeah.
I think it all feeds into like I guess kind of where you get your like sense of purpose in life, and they feed into different aspects of it.
Yeah. No, that's for sure true. And like at the end of the day, you have to vibe with them in some sort of way. You know, you have this common interest, but there has to be some sort of cool connection at the same time. We're like, yeah, hell yeah, it's like chatting with this guy. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah.
like yeah, when you have, what do they say, your body is just a tuning fork, and it just
Yeah, dude,
to
for
the
sure.
surrounding energy. And so I think if you are on a same or similar like vibration as somebody, you do like find that closer niche with them.
Yeah. No, for sure.